So very glad to meet you today. So today we'd like to know a little bit about the civil services and how young civil services aspirants can learn from you and know more about civil services and the career choice rather than just like a perspective they have in their minds before joining. So sir, first we would love to know what are the values that a young civil services aspirants must embody, right? Like for example, as a computer scientist, I would say logical thinking is the most important value.
Understood. You see, to my mind, a civil service aspirant, before he becomes an officer requires more different qualities. A civil service aspirant, number one, needs to work very hard. The reason is about 8 to 10 lakh students write this exam for barely about 2,000, 3,000 seats. Now, the competition level is very stiff. So, sustained effort is what is required. So, hard work, I would put it as number one. Number two, intelligent effort is also very important. You keep doing the same thing again, you'll never clear the exam.
Yeah.
So, you have to learn from your mistakes, you have to, so intelligent effort, smart effort, mentored effort, all that will come as number two, because this exam requires you the syllabus is very vast. Very vast. And the third important requirement is that you have to read a lot. There are 2 papers on general studies now. In anything from the world can come. So unless you read, for international affairs, The Economist, for economics news, the Economic Times, and if you read a full-length paper like Times of India, you know about domestic issues. It's very difficult. So if somebody thinks I'm very good at maths or very good at accounts and things like that, and I'm getting into the civil service without reading, I don't think that's possible.
True.
So 3 things: hard work, intelligent effort, and a lot of reading. Lots and lots of reading.
True, very true. And so what about as an IAS officer? So if I were an aspirant,
yes, and you convert into an IAS officer, then what qualities are required? That's a very good question. You see, an IAS officer is the government's face for the public.
Definitely, sir.
In whatever capacity he is working. So therefore, he has to be, number one, presentable. He has to be attired properly all the time. He's the face of the government. You can't come in surta pajamas and create. So it's important to be presentable. Number 2, he has to be empathy. He must have lots of empathy. The reason is he is dealing with all sections of society. If he is not empathetic, he is not able to catch the vibrations of the people and then meet up to their expectations. So empathy is a very, very important quality to my mind. And if people are empathetic, then they are not disinterested in what is going on.
Definitely, sir.
The third quality, and this is also very important, is you have to be passionate about your job. You can't take it as a normal routine 10 to 6 job. An IAS officer's job is a 24-hour.
So as a startup, I would totally understand what you're saying.
Because we get calls at 2 o'clock at night. There are some nights, if there's an earthquake, a flood, or a tsunami or something, we don't sleep for days. So you have to have passion for your job. It's not something that can be done as a normal routine work like many other jobs.
Right.
And finally, integrity. Because government entrusts a whole lot of money, infrastructure, resources at your command.
Of course.
So if you don't keep your integrity, you bring a bad name to the service, to the government, and public at large loses respect.
True.
That should not happen. So, and if you have all these qualities at the end of 30, 35 years in the government, you are a very well-rounded personality with deep maturity on all issues, and you don't, you project yourself as a very responsible citizen of society.
True. So, in fact, on that note, what do you think young IAS officers can do to, or aspirants or officers can do to improve the perception of the government? Because I feel that the young generation today is very misaligned with the government.
I wrote an article in Education Times of India, which comes on Mondays. They had interviewed me and asked this question.
Okay.
I told them three things. An IAS officer, once he gets into the government, forgets three things. And if he forgets these three things, he creates a problem for himself.
Okay.
Number one, government is all about accounts, big money. Big money is being given to you to spend on public welfare, whether it's education or health or social development or rural development. So you must have excellent knowledge of accounts. A lot of people come with different backgrounds and don't want to learn accounts. Accounts and finance is a prerequisite for every IAS.
Very interesting perspective, sir. I've never heard that before.
Yeah. And this I mentioned there, you can see that it came about 2 months ago. I can give you the exact date. There are a lot of history graduates, English graduates, sociology graduates, philosophy graduates. They've never studied accounts formally in their education. But if you don't know accounts, you can't understand a balance sheet. You can't understand what is the bottom line.
In fact, I did read that in one.
So that is very important. Number two, all the time, whatever we do can be questioned in a court of law. And we have to file affidavits and we have to file replies. So the second important prerequisite is knowledge of law. You may not be an LLB, that doesn't matter. At Missouri, we are taught a lot of law, constitutional law, other law. But law is of various categories. So a person needs to understand the nuances of law very well. It is absolutely important. And a lot of people don't like law, so they try and get away from law. Inevitably, when you have to file an affidavit in the High Court or the Supreme Court and you have to sign it, then you realize the value.
I totally understand.
It's very, very sensitive, but it's very important. And the third thing is, in today's world, when everything is being done on the computer, all applications are coming online, all results are getting declared. The need for knowledge of IT is very important. You can be managing director of, let's say, a big university. You can be vice chancellor of a big university, managing director of a big corporation, huge public dealing. Everything will then boil down on your IT systems. If you have good IT systems, you will do very well. So these are three acquired qualities or acquired skills that every IAS officer must have.
So, is the government currently trying to, on the IT note, is the government currently trying to make, making an effort to connect with the public through social media, which is like the new trend of the day, right?
You see, social media, government is not averse to.
Okay.
In fact, many of our ministers are hands-on on social media.
Definitely.
Therefore, government is not averse to social media. Now, it depends on how skilled you get in the use of social media.
So, is it a personal choice or is it something?
I'm not saying it's a personal choice, but I'm saying while the government has put no bars, one person may be more attuned to social media.
Right.
So he's on Twitter and all these things every day.
Yeah.
Somebody may not be inclined towards social media.
True.
So his public image to that extent is not getting projected fully.
Right.
He may be doing excellent work, but the public doesn't know because everyone on social media today. So therefore, a good balance between work and projection in social media today has become very important, even for government officers, because their interface and their scope of operation is quite large.
Right. True. So one more question that I had was, like in every job, people, when they, especially for these competitive exams, when people take these exams, people have an image of a job. Like, again, I'm drawing a parallel from mine, like computer science, people think it's a super glam job, but coding is actually, a lot of lonely nights when you're trying to write and debug code. So what would be a similar thing for IAS? Because like IAS is considered to be like a super glam job, right?
No,
so what is it
okay,
like?
let me
Like
answer.
really like?
It's not a glamorous job. It's a respectable job.
Yes.
There's a difference. Glamour means you have exotic offices and things like that. You don't. An SDM's office in a remote area will be a normal, simple office. You don't have exotic, Ciaz cars and to a lakh. You are the government representative there. Everything stops with you. So therefore, you have to conduct yourself in a manner that you live up to the expectations of people. So, in a nutshell, I would say it's not a glamorous job, it's a respectable job where you have to understand the needs and expectations of society and try to fulfill them to the best of your ability.
But so what would be a part which would be like that is not publicized often but is like a very inherent part of your job that people probably don't like?
You see, dealing with politicians is a problem because many a time they are they are not attuned to law.
True.
So therefore it becomes sometimes embarrassing, sometimes difficult. But then they expect us to guide them, advise them, lead them. So the two parts are interlinked. You can't do without the other. So therefore, it's a situation where you have to keep a balance between the two. There are sometimes very important, very educated politicians who take the work hands-on. There are sometimes who just leave it to you. I read somewhere recently in Rajasthan only, there was an Independence Day speech which a lady politician was supposed to give, and she fumbled and then she said, "My collector will read the speech."
Oh, interesting.
So, if the politician is not even able to speak,
Say his own speech. Yeah.
then, that also becomes a problem.
Of course.
But generally speaking, I think
the job is as protected.
it's a respectable job. You have to do your job properly and you earn a lot of respect if you do it properly.
Definitely.
If you don't do it properly, you get a lot of brickbats.
Criticism, yes.
So there'll be dharnas, there'll be people out in the streets against you. All that happens.
Very true. So coming back to civil service aspirants, how do you think a student, can identify whether he's meant for the civil services? Right, like a lot of people write the exam 6 times, they don't get through. There are
I told you
interviews,
3
etc.
things. He has to be hardworking. He has to have intelligent effort, and he has to read a lot. If somebody is doing all these 3 things,
Yes.
I think success should not be very far off.
I was talking more from the perspective of whether the job is for him. He might still be doing all these things, he might still clear the exam, but might not like the civil services. So what is it
If he doesn't like the civil service, then he has to examine one thing only, whether he is made for public service. This exam is all about public service.
Right.
You are not doing any private sector job. It's a public service job, whether it's education, health, rural development, social development, IT, infrastructure, road building, power. All these are public service, have public service connotation.
Right.
And if you're not geared for that, then very early in life you must realize that you're not cut out for it. Lots of children of IAS officers don't write the exam. They see the agony and the miseries that their parents go through and they don't write the exam.
That is, my parents are doctors, so I didn't want to become a doctor.
So if they examine that they are not meant for this kind of environment, they drop out.
So one more interesting thing about the new world is that there's a lot of digital learning happening both for IAS and everywhere else. So what's your perspective there? Do you think it's there to stay? What
I
should
have in
students
my
do?
book written several chapters on digital learning.
Right.
Digital learning is the need of the hour today. And even in things like media and entertainment, there is so much of digitization. You have for the first time in filmmaking, in film production, the best of I can't manage a 100 crore film project by keeping an accountant and asking him to keep accounts, or by keeping somebody to market your. You have to have broad distribution rights. You have to know the right people, the right countries, how to project your film there. In 1 week today, you can make 100 crores on a film. So digital learning is entering areas where it had never entered before, like media and entertainment.
Right.
Like, for example, people are now saying newspapers will become redundant. It will all be all news will be read.
The new gen agrees.
It is happening now.
It is already happening. In fact, even TV, we feel like
Most
cable TV
international
is something.
newspapers today you can get on the net also. So the point I'm trying to make is digital learning is the need of the hour for everyone. And that is why even 18-year-olds today know how to use a smartphone, know how to log on to internet, know what is happening around the world. Because it just requires press of a button and a little understanding. There are lots of people who think very scared of internet and computers and digital learning. But I find increasingly even older people, just to keep in touch with their siblings all over the world, want to do that. So there's no getting away from digital learning.
So last question about us, about our industry, is that what is the government perspective of startups? What, like, does the government feel that these should be promoted, or it feels that, is there?
You see, there is a Department for Industrial Policy and Promotion, which is the nodal agency or ministry for startup development. I don't know whether you've gone to their website. They've created a very, very interesting and constructive portal where all stakeholders are invited to be there. Not only the startups, the mentors, the investors, the angel investors. So you get on one platform all the concerned stakeholders. And if you have a bright idea here, there may be an investor who wants to fund that idea. So government is doing a lot for promotion of startups. There are a lot of programs are happening where all the startups are given awards. The Economic Times startup awards are separate. Government also gives startup awards. So startups, I've written in my book also about very interesting startups. There are some science and technology startups which have been sold to foreign companies for 1,000 crores, 5,000 crores. So for you, I think you must glance through my book.
So I'm definitely planning to. In fact, I read an excerpt before.
100 ideas, 24 subjects, and at least 20% of these ideas are on digital learning.
Wow.
So you will see a lot of effort that I have put in.
I think it's a must read for
civil service aspirants. In fact, to tell you, I mentioned this in the forward also. In the civil services exam, you are asked to write short notes. Write short notes, 50 words on Charcha Airport or Charcha Port in Iran. I have a chapter on Charcha.
Right.
Then there's something on digital learning. There's a chapter on that. Somebody wants to know how to modernize railway stations. There's a chapter on that. There's a chapter on aircraft carrier. There's a chapter on tourism. So 24 subjects, 100 ideas. It's almost a compendium for the civil service aspirants. In the forward, I mentioned this very clearly.
Yes, I see that, sir. So that's amazing. So you took all the time to compile all these ideas.
When I retired, I had all these ideas churning in my mind, so I thought the best thing is to put them in the form of
I think a lot of people are going to be very thankful to you for doing that.
Let's hope so.
Yes, so I'm definitely planning to.
You must read the book. You'll find it very interesting, and the USP of the book is that each idea is about a page and a half.
Oh, right.
So you just go to the content, select the ideas you like, and read those. You don't have to read from page 1 to page 250.
So that was my New Year resolution, to have general knowledge that equals an IAS aspirant.
So this will be a starting point for that. The ultimate thing for generating good general knowledge is to read a newspaper very well.
Right.
Not perfunctorily, but very focused. And read Economic Times for economic news and Economist magazine for it. These three things I think take care of
Sufficient. Thank you, sir. So this was
Thank you.
great, and this is a great interaction, just like
Thank
not
you.
just for the interview, but just knowing about.
Thank you.
Yeah.